9 Buddhist principles so that nothing can affect you. Buddhism, Gautama Buddha. Gautama Buddha once wisely remarked, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." Welcome to The Journey of Wisdom. Today we delve into 9 transformative Buddhist principles that will fortify your inner strength and ensure that nothing external can disturb your peace. Stay with us as we explore these timeless teachings, offering practical wisdom and insights to help you remain serene and unshaken amidst life's inevitable challenges. Let's dive in. Number 1. Principle of Karma. The principle of karma is a cornerstone in Buddhism, crucial for comprehending the cause and effect dynamics in our lives. Derived from the Sanskrit word meaning action or deed, karma signifies the law of moral causation, where our intentional actions, both physical and mental, shape our current circumstances and future experiences. This concept extends beyond a mere system of reward and punishment. It is a natural law that governs the cycle of birth, death and rebirth, samsara, within the wheel of existence. Each action, whether virtuous or unskillful, imprints on our consciousness and influences our life trajectory. Understanding karma empowers us to take responsibility for our actions and their outcomes, recognizing that our choices and intentions significantly shape our destiny rather than attributing our circumstances solely to external forces or divine intervention. By cultivating mindfulness and ethical discernment, we can align our actions with the principles of wisdom, compassion, and non-harming, ahimsa, creating wholesome karma that leads to positive outcomes. Cultivating intentions rooted in compassion and altruism generates positive karma. Acts of kindness, generosity, and empathy towards others plant seeds of wholesome karma that ripen into favorable circumstances and inner well-being. Whether it's offering a helping hand to those in need, speaking words of encouragement and support, or practicing forgiveness and reconciliation, every act of goodness contributes to the accumulation of positive karma. Practicing mindfulness in daily activities enhances our awareness of the intentions behind our actions. By reflecting on the ethical implications of our choices and their potential consequences, we can make more skillful decisions that align with our values and aspirations. This mindful awareness allows us to break free from habitual behavior patterns and respond to life's challenges with greater clarity, wisdom, and compassion. The Buddha once said, "Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life." This quote underscores the significance of our actions and intentions in shaping our spiritual and material well-being. In modern life, the principle of karma can be a guiding light in our interactions and decisions. Understanding that our actions have consequences encourages us to act with integrity and mindfulness. For instance, in professional settings, treating colleagues with respect and fairness not only fosters a positive work environment, but also builds a reputation of trust and reliability. In personal relationships, practicing empathy and understanding strengthens bonds and promotes harmony. By consciously choosing actions that align with compassion and ethical principles, we not only improve our immediate surroundings, but also contribute to a cycle of positive karma that benefits us in the long run. Furthermore, adopting a mindful approach to our actions can enhance our decision-making process. When faced with difficult choices, taking a moment to consider the potential outcomes and ethical implications helps us choose the path that aligns with our higher values. This practice can be particularly beneficial in navigating the complexities of modern life, where quick decisions are often necessary. By integrating the principle of karma into our daily lives, we create a foundation of intentional living that promotes personal growth and positive social impact. In conclusion, the principle of karma in Buddhism offers profound insights into the interconnectedness of our actions and their consequences. By understanding and applying this principle, we can take charge of our destiny, cultivate positive karma, and navigate life's challenges with greater wisdom and compassion. As the Dalai Lama said, "Our prime purpose in this life is to help others, and if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them." This timeless wisdom encourages us to act with kindness and mindfulness, creating a ripple effect of positive karma that benefits ourselves and those around us. Embracing the principle of karma not only enriches our spiritual journey, but also enhances our ability to lead a fulfilling and meaningful life in the modern world. Number 2. The principle of impermanence. In Buddhism, the principle of impermanence, or anicca, serves as a profound reminder that everything in the universe is in a constant state of flux and change, from the delicate shifting of the seasons to the grand rise and fall of entire civilizations. Impermanence is an undeniable and fundamental aspect of existence. Nothing remains static. All things are subject to birth, growth, decay, and eventual cessation. This principle invites us to recognize the transitory nature of life and everything within it. Our attachment to impermanent things is a primary source of suffering according to Buddhist teachings. When we cling to people, possessions, or circumstances, believing them to be permanent and unchanging, we set ourselves up for disappointment and distress. Relationships end, material wealth diminishes, and circumstances shift unexpectedly, leaving us feeling lost and disheartened. Imagine a person holding tightly to a beautiful sandcastle on the shore, only to watch it crumble as the tide inevitably rolls in. This is akin to our futile efforts to hold on to impermanent aspects of life. However, by embracing the concept of impermanence, we can free ourselves from the grip of attachment and alleviate suffering. One practical technique to cultivate acceptance of impermanence is through mindfulness meditation. By observing the ever-changing nature of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment, we develop a deeper understanding of impermanence in our own inner landscape. Consider a stream flowing gently, where each drop of water represents a thought or emotion passing through our minds. Just as we cannot grasp and hold on to each drop, we learn to let our thoughts and feelings flow without clinging to them. Another technique is to contemplate the impermanence of external phenomena. Reflecting on the transient nature of all things, whether it be the blossoming of a flower, the passing of a cloud, or the aging of our own bodies, helps loosen the hold of attachment and fosters a sense of equanimity. Instead of resisting change, we learn to embrace it as an inherent aspect of life's tapestry. Visualize an autumn tree shedding its leaves, each falling leaf a symbol of the natural process of change and renewal. To illustrate the power of accepting impermanence, let's consider a story from the Buddhist tradition. Once, there was a wise monk who lived in a serene forest monastery. One day, a young disciple approached him, troubled by the loss of his loved one. The monk handed the disciple a beautiful, delicate glass vase and asked him to cherish it. Over time, the disciple grew attached to the vase, admiring its beauty and fragility. One day, the vase slipped from his hands and shattered into pieces. The monk then said, "Just as this vase was destined to break, so too are all things in life. By understanding this, we learn to cherish moments without becoming attached to them." By incorporating these practical techniques into our daily lives, we can gradually cultivate a mindset of acceptance towards impermanence. Rather than seeking stability in an ever-changing world, we find peace in the realization that nothing is permanent, and true liberation comes from letting go of our attachments to fleeting phenomena. Ask yourself, what is something you have been holding on to tightly, and how might your life change if you accepted its impermanence? In embracing the principle of impermanence, we unlock the door to a more serene and liberated existence. We learn to navigate the ebbs and flows of life with grace and resilience, finding beauty and wisdom in the transient nature of all things. Number 3. The principle of compassion. At the heart of Buddhist teachings lies compassion, known as karuna, a fundamental principle that emphasizes recognizing and alleviating the suffering of all beings. Compassion transcends the boundaries of self and other, uniting us in a shared humanity and interconnectedness. It is the antidote to selfishness, greed, and hatred, offering solace and support to those in need while fostering empathy, kindness, and goodwill towards all. This principle encourages us to see beyond our own needs and desires, reaching out to touch the lives of others with love and understanding. As the Dalai Lama once said, "If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion." Buddhist tradition is rich with stories and examples of compassion in action, from the compassionate acts of Gautama Buddha himself to the countless bodhisattvas and enlightened beings who have dedicated their lives to serving others. These acts, whether feeding the hungry, caring for the sick, or offering comfort to the grieving, exemplify the spirit of selflessness and altruism that lies at the core of Buddhist practice. The Buddha taught that our sorrows and wounds are healed only when we touch them with compassion. This teaching reminds us that by alleviating the suffering of others, we also heal ourselves, creating a ripple effect of positivity and healing throughout the world. To cultivate compassion towards oneself and others, one can practice loving kindness, metta meditation. Begin by finding a comfortable posture and closing your eyes. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself and bring your attention to your heart center. Repeat silently or aloud phrases of loving kindness such as, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be safe, may I live with ease." As you feel the warmth and kindness in your heart, extend these wishes to others, starting with loved ones, then to neutral individuals, and finally to all beings without exception. Visualize each person or being surrounded by a warm golden light of loving kindness radiating from your heart, encompassing the entire world. This practice not only enhances your sense of compassion, but also creates a profound sense of connection with all living beings. Another powerful exercise to cultivate compassion is the practice of Tonglen, a Tibetan meditation technique that involves breathing in the suffering of others and breathing out relief and compassion. Begin by sitting comfortably and bringing to mind someone who is suffering, a friend, a family member, or even a stranger. As you inhale, imagine taking in their pain and suffering, allowing it to dissolve in the space of your heart. Then, as you exhale, visualize sending them waves of healing and compassion, wishing for their well-being and happiness. Repeat this process for yourself and others, expanding the circle of compassion to include all beings without exception. The practice of Tonglen teaches us to transform suffering into love, creating a space where healing and peace can flourish. Consider how these practices can transform your life and the lives of those around you. By embracing compassion, you not only alleviate the suffering of others, but also enrich your own life with love and joy. Have you ever experienced a moment where someone's compassion profoundly impacted you? How can you incorporate more acts of compassion into your daily life? Reflect on these questions and allow the answers to guide you towards a more compassionate and fulfilling existence. As Thich Nhat Hanh wisely said, compassion is a verb. It's an action that requires our constant attention and effort, shaping the way we interact with the world and the people in it. By practicing compassion, we create a better world for ourselves and future generations, one loving kindness act at a time. If you've watched up to this point, you're already on the path to mastering the 9 Buddhist principles to ensure nothing can affect you. Comment below with unshakable peace to affirm your commitment to these empowering teachings. Don't go anywhere. There's still a wealth of knowledge we want to share with you in this video. Stay until the end to uncover the secrets that will help you maintain inner peace gracefully. Number 4. Principle of Equanimity. In Buddhism, the principle of equanimity, known as upekkha, represents a balanced and impartial mental state, free from attachment and aversion. It is the ability to maintain a calm and steady mind, regardless of the external circumstances or the fluctuating tides of emotion. Equanimity arises from a deep understanding of impermanence, interconnectedness, and the nature of suffering, allowing individuals to navigate the highs and lows of life with grace and composure. Equanimity is not indifference or apathy, but rather a profound acceptance of reality as it is. It empowers us to face the inevitable challenges and uncertainties of life without being overwhelmed by fear, anxiety, or despair. In the face of success or failure, pleasure or pain, gain or loss, equanimity allows us to respond with a sense of inner stability, unaffected by the external roller coaster of events. The cultivation of equanimity fosters inner peace amidst life's ups and downs. By recognizing the transient nature of all experiences, whether positive or negative, we can release our attachment to fleeting joys and navigate through difficulties without being engulfed by despair. Equanimity acts as a sanctuary of tranquility within, a refuge that remains untouched by the storms of life. One meditation practice to develop equanimity in challenging situations is the mindfulness of breath meditation. Find a quiet space, sit comfortably, and bring your attention to the natural flow of your breath. As you inhale and exhale, observe the sensations of the breath without trying to control or manipulate it. When strong emotions or challenging thoughts arise, simply acknowledge them without judgment and gently return your focus to the breath. This practice helps cultivate a calm and steady mind, allowing you to face difficulties with greater resilience and presence. Another meditation technique for equanimity is the contemplation of interconnectedness. Reflect on the interdependence of all beings and events, recognizing that everyone is subject to the same cycles of joy and sorrow, gain and loss. By understanding the shared nature of the human experience, a sense of compassion and equanimity naturally arises, allowing you to navigate through life's challenges with a balanced heart. Equanimity is a key aspect of emotional intelligence, enabling you to remain grounded and clear-headed in the midst of life's unpredictability. The modern world often bombards us with stress, demands, and the pressure to constantly achieve. But through equanimity, we can find a stable center that allows us to respond rather than react. This principle is vital for anyone seeking to lead a fulfilling and resilient life, as it provides the mental fortitude to withstand adversity and the wisdom to enjoy life's blessings without becoming attached. In today's fast-paced society, maintaining equanimity can be challenging, but it's essential for mental health and overall well-being. By practicing mindfulness and meditation regularly, we can train our minds to remain calm and composed, even in the face of turmoil. As the Buddha said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." This quote encapsulates the essence of equanimity, reminding us that true peace and stability must be cultivated internally rather than sought in external circumstances. In practical terms, adopting an attitude of equanimity can improve relationships, enhance decision-making, and increase overall life satisfaction. It encourages us to view problems as opportunities for growth and to approach each moment with an open and balanced perspective. This shift in mindset can lead to a more harmonious and less stressful existence, benefiting not only ourselves, but also those around us. The principle of equanimity in Buddhism offers a powerful framework for maintaining emotional stability and inner peace in a chaotic world. By understanding and embracing the impermanent and interconnected nature of life, we can cultivate a state of mind that is resilient, compassionate, and wise. This practice not only enriches our own lives, but also has a positive ripple effect on the broader community, fostering a culture of empathy and understanding. Number 5. Principle of non-attachment. Central to Buddhist philosophy is the principle of non-attachment, known as anatta. This principle emphasizes the importance of relinquishing attachment to transient phenomena, including material possessions, relationships, and even our own sense of self. Non-attachment does not imply indifference or detachment from life. Rather, it signifies a freedom from the grip of clinging and craving that leads to suffering. Clinging to desires is a root cause of suffering according to Buddhist teachings. When we become attached to external objects or outcomes, we create expectations and cravings that inevitably lead to disappointment and dissatisfaction. Whether it's the pursuit of wealth, fame, or sensory pleasures, our attachment to these desires binds us to a cycle of perpetual craving and suffering. To truly understand and practice non-attachment, imagine you are holding a beautiful flower. If you grip it too tightly, the flower will be crushed, losing its beauty and essence. However, if you hold it gently and appreciate it in the present moment, you can fully experience its beauty without causing harm. This is the essence of non-attachment, to appreciate and engage with life without clinging or grasping. Mindfulness practices offer a powerful tool for cultivating non-attachment in our daily lives. By observing our thoughts, emotions, and sensations with compassionate awareness, we can begin to recognize the fleeting nature of desires and attachments. Mindfulness meditation, in particular, teaches us to observe these mental phenomena without judgment or identification, allowing them to arise and pass away naturally. Incorporating gratitude into your mindfulness practice can further enhance non-attachment. By focusing on the present moment and appreciating the abundance that surrounds you, you shift your attention away from cravings and towards a sense of contentment and appreciation for what is already here. Gratitude reminds us that true happiness does not depend on external circumstances, but arises from within, independent of external conditions. Another powerful practice is loving kindness, metta meditation. By cultivating a sense of interconnectedness and compassion towards all beings, you develop empathy and goodwill. This helps you recognize the impermanence of your own desires and attachments, leading to greater freedom and inner peace. Let's delve into a story that beautifully illustrates non-attachment. In ancient India, there lived a wise monk named Ananda. One day, Ananda encountered a farmer who was devastated because his beloved cow had wandered away. Seeing the farmer's distress, Ananda offered to help search for the cow. They walked through the fields and forests, but the cow was nowhere to be found. As they sat down to rest, Ananda gently asked the farmer, "Why do you cling so tightly to the cow?" The farmer replied, "She provides milk for my family and is my most valuable possession." Ananda smiled and said, "Your attachment to the cow is causing you more suffering than the loss itself. By letting go of your attachment, you will find peace." The farmer reflected on Ananda's words and realized the truth in them. He decided to release his attachment and, in doing so, felt a profound sense of relief and freedom. The cow returned on its own, but the farmer no longer clung to it with the same intensity. He learned to appreciate the cow's presence without being attached to it. This story highlights the transformative power of non-attachment. By letting go of our attachment to desires and embracing the present moment with open-hearted awareness, we can experience true liberation from suffering. Consider this. What are you clinging to in your life that might be causing you unnecessary suffering? How can you practice non-attachment to find greater peace and fulfillment? Reflecting on these questions can lead to profound insights and personal growth. By incorporating mindfulness, gratitude, and loving kindness into your daily routines, you can gradually loosen the grip of attachment and lead a life of greater freedom and fulfillment. Remember, true happiness lies not in what we possess or achieve, but in our ability to live fully in the present moment, free from the chains of attachment. Number 6. Principle of mindfulness. Imagine for a moment that you are sitting quietly, completely absorbed in the present moment, without any distractions or judgments. This is the essence of mindfulness, a fundamental practice in Buddhism taught by Gautama Buddha. Mindfulness is about being fully present and aware, paying close attention to your thoughts, emotions, sensations, and surroundings with an attitude of openness and acceptance. When you practice mindfulness, you learn to observe your experiences with curiosity and compassion, which leads to a deeper understanding of yourself and the nature of reality. To begin developing mindfulness in your daily life, start with small, manageable practices. Consider incorporating mindful breathing exercises or body scans into your routine. Even simple everyday activities like eating, walking, or washing dishes can become opportunities to practice mindfulness. Focus your attention on the present moment. Notice the details of your experience and anchor your mind there. As you become more comfortable with these practices, you can set aside dedicated time for formal meditation, which can further deepen your mindfulness skills and offer a sanctuary of stillness amidst the chaos of daily life. As you cultivate mindfulness, you will notice that your awareness sharpens, allowing you to perceive and understand both internal and external phenomena more clearly. When you tune into the present moment with an open and receptive mind, you become more attuned to the subtle changes in your inner world, the fleeting thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations that come and go. This heightened awareness gives you the ability to respond to life's challenges with greater clarity and composure, rather than reacting impulsively out of habit. One of the most powerful benefits of mindfulness is its ability to reduce reactivity to external events. By creating a space between stimulus and response, mindfulness allows you to pause, reflect, and choose a more skillful and intentional reaction. Instead of being swept away by your thoughts and emotions, you learn to respond with calm and resilience. This practice of inner stillness and stability enables you to handle life's ups and downs with grace. Rather than being tossed about by the winds of circumstance, mindfulness offers a path to inner peace and freedom from the cycle of habitual reactivity. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily life allows you to awaken to the richness and beauty of each moment. When you are fully present, you can find joy and fulfillment in the simple act of being alive. As the Buddha said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." How can you start practicing mindfulness today to enhance your awareness and find greater peace in your life? Mindfulness is not just about achieving a state of calm, it is a way of being that transforms how you interact with the world. By practicing mindfulness, you develop a deeper connection to yourself and others, fostering compassion and understanding. It teaches you to embrace each moment as it comes, with all its imperfections and challenges, and to find contentment in the present. So, how will you incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine? Will you take a few moments each day to breathe deeply and focus on the present? Will you turn mundane tasks into opportunities for mindful practice? By committing to these small steps, you can gradually build the muscle of mindfulness and experience its profound benefits in your life. As you embark on this journey, remember that mindfulness is a lifelong practice, one that brings you closer to the essence of what it means to be truly alive and at peace. Thank you for watching so far. If you're dedicated to incorporating these 9 Buddhist principles into your life, comment below with inner strength to show your commitment. We have so much more wisdom to share with you. Stay tuned until the end to discover how these teachings can transform your resilience and peace of mind. Number 7. The principle of generosity, dana. In Buddhism, the principle of generosity, known as dana, is a foundational practice that opens the heart and cultivates selflessness. Generosity is not limited to material gifts, but extends to acts of kindness, time, and even sharing knowledge and wisdom. It reflects the essence of compassion and interconnectedness, emphasizing that true wealth is measured not by what we have, but by what we give. Generosity serves as a powerful antidote to greed and attachment, fostering a sense of abundance and gratitude. When we give freely and selflessly, we break the cycle of clinging and craving, which are primary sources of suffering. This practice helps us develop a broader perspective, seeing beyond our immediate desires and recognizing the needs and well-being of others. As the Buddha said, "The gift of the Dharma excels all gifts," highlighting the profound impact of sharing wisdom and compassion. One practical way to incorporate generosity into daily life is through mindful giving. Whether it's donating to a charitable cause, offering help to someone in need, or simply being present and listening to a friend, each act of generosity contributes to the well-being of others and our own spiritual growth. Mindful giving doesn't have to be grand. Even small gestures can create significant positive effects. This practice can be especially relevant in our modern, fast-paced lives, where taking a moment to help someone can foster deeper connections and a sense of community. Moreover, when we practice generosity, we inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of kindness and compassion that extends far beyond our immediate actions. Another aspect of dana is the cultivation of an attitude of giving without expecting anything in return. This selfless giving, or paramidana, purifies the mind and deepens our practice of non-attachment. By giving without strings attached, we cultivate a sense of inner freedom and joy, unburdened by expectations or conditions. This principle can be particularly transformative in personal relationships and professional settings, where generosity can build trust and mutual respect. For instance, offering your time and expertise to a colleague without anticipating a favor in return can enhance teamwork and create a more supportive work environment. As Albert Schweitzer said, "The only ones among you who will be really happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve." Consider setting an intention each day to perform at least one act of kindness. It could be as simple as a smile, a kind word, or a small gesture of support. Over time, these acts of generosity accumulate, creating a ripple effect that benefits not only others, but also enhances our own sense of purpose and fulfillment. In today's digital age, even a positive comment on social media can uplift someone's day, reflecting the interconnectedness of our actions. Reflect on how you can practice generosity in your daily life. What are some ways you can give more freely and selflessly? Embracing dana means looking for opportunities to give not just material possessions, but also your time, energy, and compassion. As you integrate these practices into your life, you may find that the act of giving brings you as much joy and satisfaction as it does to the receiver. Incorporating the principle of dana into our lives is a continuous journey of self-improvement and spiritual growth. By recognizing and acting upon the interconnectedness of all beings, we can foster a more compassionate and connected world. Each generous act, no matter how small, contributes to a collective well-being, enriching both the giver and the receiver. As the Dalai Lama wisely said, generosity is the most natural outward expression of an inner attitude of compassion and loving kindness. By living out this principle, we not only alleviate our own suffering, but also contribute to the happiness and liberation of others, ultimately creating a harmonious and balanced society. Number 8. Principle of right effort, Samma Vayama. The journey to inner peace is often a quest many embark on, only to discover that true tranquility doesn't come from external sources, but from within. As Gautama Buddha wisely said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. This profound statement is the cornerstone of the principle of right effort, or Samma Vayama, in Buddhism. Embracing this principle means dedicating yourself to fostering positive mental states while actively discarding the negative ones. This isn't just a passive endeavor, but a dynamic and continuous process of self-improvement and mental discipline. By doing so, you create a resilient mind that can withstand the external pressures and challenges life inevitably throws your way. Imagine standing in a serene forest, the gentle rustling of leaves around you. This forest represents your mind. Now, think of positive mental states like vibrant, healthy trees that provide shelter and nourishment. Negative mental states, on the other hand, are like invasive weeds that threaten to overrun this peaceful sanctuary. The principle of right effort encourages you to be the diligent gardener of your mind. You must nurture the trees and pull out the weeds regularly, ensuring that your mental landscape remains a place of peace and growth. Consider the story of Angulimala, a notorious bandit in ancient India who had committed countless atrocities. When he encountered Buddha, he experienced a profound transformation. Buddha's teachings encouraged Angulimala to let go of his anger and hatred, replacing them with compassion and understanding. By diligently applying right effort, Angulimala turned his life around, ultimately becoming a monk and dedicating his life to helping others. This story illustrates the transformative power of consistent effort and mental discipline. If a man as lost as Angulimala could find peace and purpose, imagine what you can achieve with the same principles guiding your actions. Right effort is not just about grand gestures, but about the small, everyday choices we make. It's about choosing kindness over anger, patience over frustration, and understanding over judgment. Each positive choice strengthens your mental resilience, making it easier to face life's challenges with equanimity. When you consistently make these choices, you build a habit of positivity that becomes a natural part of your being. Let me share with you a simple yet powerful practice to cultivate right effort in your daily life. Start each day with a moment of reflection. Ask yourself what kind of person you want to be and what mental states you want to cultivate. Set a clear intention to act in alignment with these goals throughout the day. Whenever you encounter a situation that triggers a negative response, pause and remind yourself of your intention. Choose to respond with a positive mental state instead. Over time, this practice will become second nature, and you'll find yourself naturally gravitating towards positivity. Remember the story of Angulimala and reflect on your journey. What negative mental states are you ready to let go of? What positive qualities do you wish to cultivate? Share your thoughts and experiences with us in the comments. By discussing these principles together, we can all learn and grow. In conclusion, the principle of right effort teaches us that peace and resilience are cultivated from within. By consistently working towards self-improvement and mental discipline, we can build a fortress of tranquility that external stresses cannot breach. This principle reminds us that we have the power to shape our inner world, and by doing so, we influence the world around us. So, take a moment today to reflect on your mental landscape. Be the gardener of your mind, nurturing the positive and weeding out the negative. The peace you seek is already within you, waiting to be discovered. Number 9. The principle of mindful speech, Samma Vaca. The principle of mindful speech, or Samma Vaca, is a fundamental aspect of the Noble Eightfold Path in Buddhism. This principle emphasizes the importance of using our words wisely, with awareness and compassion, to foster understanding and harmony in our interactions. Gautama Buddha taught that speech has the power to heal or harm, to build bridges or create divides. Therefore, mindful speech is a practice that requires conscious effort and intention to speak truthfully, kindly, and beneficially. Imagine a clear, still lake reflecting the sky above. Our words are like stones thrown into the water. They create ripples that spread far and wide. Mindful speech encourages us to be aware of the impact of our words and to use them to promote peace and understanding. This principle involves 4 key aspects: truthfulness, kindness, helpfulness, and timely speech. Truthfulness is the foundation of mindful speech. It involves being honest and sincere in our communication, avoiding lies, deceit, and exaggeration. When we speak the truth, we build trust and integrity in our relationships. However, truthfulness should be tempered with kindness. Speaking the truth harshly or without consideration for others' feelings can cause unnecessary pain. Therefore, we must strive to express the truth with compassion and empathy. Kindness in speech means avoiding words that can harm or hurt others. It involves refraining from gossip, slander, and harsh criticism. Instead, we should use our words to uplift, encourage, and support others. Kind words have the power to heal and inspire, creating a positive environment for everyone involved. Helpfulness in speech means that our words should contribute to the well-being and growth of others. Before speaking, we should ask ourselves if our words are beneficial and if they add value to the conversation. Constructive feedback, advice, and encouragement are examples of helpful speech. On the other hand, idle chatter or harmful gossip can lead to misunderstandings and conflict. Timely speech refers to the appropriateness of our words in the given context. Even truthful and kind words can be ineffective or harmful if spoken at the wrong time. Being mindful of the timing and context of our speech ensures that our words are received in the best possible way. To cultivate mindful speech, we can practice mindful listening. By fully engaging in listening to others without interrupting or preparing our response, we show respect and understanding. This practice helps us respond thoughtfully and with greater empathy. Additionally, taking a moment to pause before speaking allows us to reflect on our intentions and choose our words carefully. Consider a story from the Buddhist tradition. Once a young monk asked his teacher how he could practice mindful speech. The teacher replied, "Before you speak, ask yourself 3 questions. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary?" The monk took this advice to heart and found that his relationships improved and his words became a source of comfort and wisdom to others. Reflecting on this principle, ask yourself, how often do I speak mindfully? What changes can I make to ensure my words are truthful, kind, helpful, and timely? By practicing mindful speech, we can create a more harmonious and compassionate world, one conversation at a time. In conclusion, the principle of mindful speech is a powerful tool for fostering positive relationships and promoting inner peace. By being aware of the impact of our words and choosing them wisely, we can contribute to a more understanding and compassionate society. As you go about your day, remember the story of the young monk and the 3 questions. Let your words be a reflection of your mindfulness and your commitment to the path of wisdom and compassion. As we conclude our exploration of the 9 Buddhist principles, remember that these timeless teachings from Gautama Buddha offer profound wisdom for navigating life's challenges with inner strength and serenity. By embracing the principles of karma, impermanence, compassion, equanimity, non-attachment, mindfulness, generosity, right effort, and mindful speech, we can cultivate a life of peace, resilience, and compassion. Thank you for joining us on the journey of wisdom. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos, where we continue to delve into the transformative teachings of Buddhism. Until next time, may you find peace and wisdom on your journey.